All right, guys.
That's
Episode
good
28.
enough. When you say that, just what exactly do you mean, Mr. Shuvald?
I gave y'all 6
I've
monster
decided that I've learned
episodes.
enough. I am calling off the investigation.
But
Oh, he
certainly
was the
can't
one that
blame you,
hired
and I'm
him?
close to another. I checked out Carl Neumann, and one thing's certain: that boy's your real son.
I'm quite grateful to you for all you've
Wait,
done.
what?
Now
Who
hold on,
is?
there's still more to be done. There's still the Edmund Farren issue to figure out. Edmund pretended to be your son, but some evidence I uncovered seems to indicate that he didn't really commit suicide. If that's really the case, someone else is pulling the strings and may have killed Farren.
It has been solved to my satisfaction.
Wait, that's not his son, though.
Father, I made some tea. Would you care for some?
Spider-Man is,
Yes, I
right?
would.
Oh, good afternoon, Detective.
Would you care to join us?
No, thank
Aw.
you. I'll be going.
That's
Once
nice.
again, good work.
I would've been, yeah.
Just send me your bill. Good
Because
day.
you know they're Bell. You
Sure
mean
looks
Bill?
nice outside.
It does.
Oh,
Because
and
rich people got
Johann's come
some
as well.
good food.
What a surprise. So Johann's decided to visit.
Wait, what do you mean visit? Isn't he your
Shuvald had
secretary?
always been known as a distrustful man with a sour disposition. Who would have
Oh.
thought that he'd turn into such a good-natured soul when he found his son?
Yeah. I want to see
With
how
that
he used to
smile
be.
of his, who'd have guessed that people still call him the Vampire of Bavaria?
What a
Bro.
surprise. So Johann's decided to visit.
I want to see how he used to be, bro. It's weird to see someone evil, supposedly low-key kind of evil, change into that. It's hard to believe he actually changed. You get what I mean? Go.
How cute.
Oh, it's so
you're trying to
poopy.
track down this puppy, eh?
What a job.
Damn.
My client told me her ex-husband basically dog-napped the little fella.
I was supposed to start it
Guess this
before
game's
they.
over
I mean,
past
after they
week's
showed
as
the
one's over
chapter
kids.
28.
You're right about that.
I think I'll have some wine, if that's quite all right with you.
Why do I feel like he's gonna die?
I'll be sticking with the sparkling water.
I'm glad to hear you say
Good
that.
job.
I know work's scarce at the moment, but it's a good choice on your part not to cloud your life with alcohol.
I'm doing
That's a bad
okay,
doctor to
at least
drink
right
right in
now.
front of him, bro.
What do you mean? Are you saying there's something else in your life that's bothering you?
Well, I find that with all the free time I have now, I end up
Excuse me.
rehashing things a lot.
Such as?
I spend hours and hours poring over this personal notebook I have of unsolved crimes. Cases I never solved as a detective.
How interesting.
Wow.
So tell me, when you look at it, how do you feel?
I feel frustrated. There were so many murder cases I wasn't able to solve. It haunts me to think
I would've
of the
felt
vicious
frustrated
killers
too,
still
bro.
out there walking around in our world.
Yep.
They're free because of my incompetence. Even now, I can't seem to catch them.
You're being
And
too
probably
hard
they
on
murdered more
yourself.
people, man.
You could have caught them. You had the skills to solve those cases, but your self-critical nature was impeding you, Richard. You got frustrated that you couldn't read these murderers' minds, and that caused you pain.
So I turned to alcohol.
Sure, of course you did.
Gentlemen, dinner is served.
Oh, good. It's time to eat.
Ooh. Oh my god. I'm full though. I ate so much today.
Actually, I think it would
And I've
be in
drank
your
so
best
much
interest for you to
water.
keep trying.
Coke.
I would encourage you to keep looking at your old police notebook.
But why? I'll
I
just
can't eat
remember
right now.
Again.
Stop thinking that way. You have to analyze what you did in the past in a new light. Your mind is clearer now. That should help. Let's be frank with each other. We both know that you shot a young serial killer when you were drunk. And I must say you are facing the reality of what happened
Good.
that night admirably.
I didn't know he was a serial
Now,
killer.
Richard,
Even
you
better.
face a far greater challenge.
Trash.
Facing your thoughts when
Good
you
job.
pulled that trigger. You're still haunted by that boy. You see him in your mind every day, don't you?
Yeah.
When you brought everything to light, all those things festering
This guy's
under the
good.
surface, that boy's ghost will finally move on.
I'm scared to talk to a therapist because they'll read you like a book, right? Hell no. Oh my god. Oh no, no, no. No, don't tell me someone's gonna push him. No.
see.
Dude, was that his imagination?
Brought everything to light, huh?
The Homer murder case is a good place to start. The
That
victim,
lo-
Joachim Homer, had a long and steady career as an accountant. He was never involved in anything shady and had no enemies.
I imagine all these murders are by
When he
Joe.
was murdered.
I mean,
There are
Johan.
no signs of a robbery. Then there were those two Voice of God cases. The victims were a former housekeeper and a chauffeur. What connected those two killings was that the words "I have heard the voice of God" were left scrawled on a wall at both crime scenes.
Johan. I'm sorry, this
The
shirt
Warnock Company president case.
is
Ludwig
not
Gauck
itchy.
was one of the wealthiest businessmen in Bavaria, and his body was discovered in the Hartholz forest. And then there's the Spira couple case. Both were forcibly drowned and their bodies washed up along the Isar River later on. This one's
Bro, that's
still being
all
investigated
Johan.
as one of a string of murders involving middle-aged couples. A material
Yo,
witness
that
in the
Johan.
case disappeared. A Japanese doctor was still on the run.
Bro, we haven't seen Sandman forever.
The more unsolved cases I had, the more booze I drank. Then it
Bro,
felt good, but it's different now.
I'm gonna be sad as hell when I
It feels
finish
just
Monster.
Like the doctor said.
God
Sober,
willing,
sober, my
I
mind is
finish it,
clear
but
and I'm feeling calm.
I'm gonna feel emptiness.
Hold on a second. Come on, think. Think hard, Richard.
Oh my god, that's so creepy. Oh. I thought that was Johan. Oh my god, bro. Well, that dude's in hell, so trust me, he ain't bothering you, bro. All in your mind.
So,
It has to be
try doing
a
it
serial
again,
killer that
what
he
was the
killed that was
result?
ugly as hell too.
Good. I looked
Even
at all
even
my
scarier.
notes, and I thought of something new, but then
You saw that boy's ghost again, and once that happened, you lost your train of thought, right? There's no need to worry. When you have an important thought like that, sooner or later it will come back to you.
Oh, that looks
what
cool.
was it that I realized? An
That looks
idea
like where
flashed
Jack the
through my
Reaper
mind. It
was.
felt like it was a key to solving one of those cases.
That's creepy. There's like literally no one in the streets, bro. No, it's not. I don't think this time it is, bro. Oh, that's so
Who's
creepy.
there? Show yourself! Whoever you are!
No, don't run to. That's so creepy.
This is like that time way back. I was running after that punk just like this. I chased him down an alley. Sorry for coming here so late at night, Doc.
Bro,
Nonsense.
who
If
is
you think
that?
you've figured things out and you're ready to share them, go ahead then. Tell me everything.
Back then, I felt myself looking deep within that killer. That's when I knew it existed in this world. It was true evil. And once I saw it, standing right there in front of me, I shot and killed him.
That's good. Thank you for sharing, Richard. By telling me this, you're well on the road to recovery.
There's still more, Doctor. It just came to me.
Hmm?
That idea that had flashed through my mind before. All those unsolved cases I had been working to solve separately, I realized they are actually one single case.
Huh?
Wait, what? Oh, he realized it?
Greetings, my dear.
Dude, this guy is
Yes.
good.
I'm writing to thank you for sending me a copy of your recently published book, Transcendental
Oh
Criminal
my
Psychology.
god.
I found your
And you
book
think
is
Johan
a
knows?
Very interesting read, and it pleases
Oh my
me
god, he's gonna
that
kill
a
this guy, isn't
student
he?
of mine from
He looks like a
Vanderbilt
bulldog.
University has now become a leading authority in the field of criminal psychology. Now I have a question for you regarding another matter. You told me in a phone conversation that you conducted a lengthy interview with the serial murderer Peter Jurgens. After you spoke
Excuse
with
me?
him, you told me that Jurgens claimed that a friend of his had
Ew,
encouraged him
that
to
piece
murder
of
the
shit.
victims. Sadly, my memory isn't what it used to be, so could you please tell me again, what was the name of
One of my
Jurgens'
amazing
friend
subs
whom he said told him to kill?
told me that he's like a real. The author got him from like a real murder serial
I'd
killer in real
appreciate
life
that
and stuff.
information, as it
The
may
way he
aid
looks.
an associate of mine. P.S.
That's kind of
As
like
I mentioned earlier,
freaky.
you were quite a student in college and excelled in my class.
And all these people are
If
ugly.
you had a fellow colleague who was equally bright, you often competed with him for the best marks. He graduated and became a neurosurgeon. At any rate, it seems that he's become a suspect in a multiple homicide case. With your expertise, I'm hoping you could help me get a better picture of who he is. Please tell me everything you might know about him. What kind of
Wait.
person is he? And what do
Oh
you think
my
he might be
God.
right now, this
I thought it was
Tenma?
I thought he was gonna say Johan, but I was gonna be like,
You're a
there's no way they
detective.
know
Well,
he's
I
a
used to be,
suspect.
and now I'm a private
But
investigator. I'm
that's
sorry to
crazy.
show up
Everything's going to
unannounced here at your
10,
door, ma'am. And I hate to bring up a subject I know must be painful for you, but I would appreciate it if I could ask you some questions again.
Of course you can. It's been 4 years since I last spoke to the police, and it seems like they're done with their investigation. Mr. Schuvald.
Yes, I believe
That's
your
a
mother was
girl?
actually employed by him. Wasn't
Oh
she
yeah, it
once
is.
the head housekeeper at his mansion?
She was, but
Bro,
she worked
does-
for Mr. Schuvald 20 years ago.
She wasn't fine.
Does the
so
author
you have to know
purposely
why
make
she
ugly
went-
people?
Well, at that time,
I'm
she
ugly
became
too.
very
Oh,
ill,
fuck.
and after her sickness, she
guessed
only
it.
worked close to home, in the neighborhood.
Was that it, or could it be she had some problem with Mr. Schuvald?
No, not at all. They were actually quite good friends. She told me that she used to read poetry to Mr. Schuvald when he was still able to see. My mother just loved reading poems to him.
Shuval.
Come along. I want to show you something.
Make out sex.
Look how generous he was to her. I've kept all of them because they remind me of my dear mother. Every one of those books are collections of poetry that were given to my mother as a thank you from Mr. Schuvald.
I forget who's Shuval. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with
How
names.
things change.
Like with
The head
anything.
detective in the Door Knock Company president case is now just a private eye.
You worked as Mr. Gauck's
I would've
chief
punched him.
business liaison and personal secretary. I ask you once again, did anyone hold a grudge against him?
You mean, did anyone hate him? There aren't enough hours in the day to count all the people who despised him. In business, Mr. Gauck was such a fierce adversary that he personally forced some of our competition to go bankrupt.
But there was another powerful and well-known businessman in Bavaria, wasn't there? How did Mr. Gauck feel about him?
I take it you mean Mr. Schuvald? Well, they were lifelong rivals in business, but of course you knew that, right? They knew each other very well.
Hmm?
When Mr. Gauck was still alive, Schuvald's company went bankrupt 2 times. That second bankruptcy happened when Mr. Gauck undercut Schuvald's prices for the purpose of ruining him.
So what you're saying is that Mr. Gauck was consciously trying to crush him.
Mr. Schuvald made certain we suffered
kinda
serious losses
lost.
too.
So then they both hated each other?
Of course. A few times they happened to be at the same party, and if looks could kill, they both would have been dead. Oh, it was very tense. They had explosive fights.
Like two vipers.
But those snakes understood each other's every move. Only those 2 tycoons could talk to each other on the same level. I never felt like they were enemies. This may sound weird, but they were really more like friends.
I'm so confused who they're talking about. I wish they would show like a damn picture of who they were talking about every time they talk about someone. I mean, that would ruin it, right? Oh my god.
Huh?
What the hell? If you see one head, it's Johan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my-
I knew Hans real well. Poor Hans.
Bro,
was
it's
one of those
Johan.
that ended up being
You-
victims in that awful void.
He said Mr. Schuvald had a different set of financial principles. When it came to money, my husband was very honest.
Again, thank you so much. I appreciate the help.
My husband's
That ugly dude had
Will
a
he ever be caught?
I'll try
cute
my
wife.
best, if I can do it. I swear I'll catch him. Well then.
I mean,
one more
yeah,
thing.
Yes?
I forgot to ask you.
This
if you
thing
knew
right
how
here
your
ruins
husband
it.
and Mr. Shuvald first met each other.
Oh, that. It seems they met in the forest.
The forest?
Actually, I.
Yes, they met in the forest back when Mr. Shuvald could still see. It was a total coincidence.
What were they doing
Yep.
in a place like that?
Now I'm 100%
They
sure
were
he's
both there
blind.
bird watching. After they met, they went to the forest together all the time.
I love this shit, bro. I love
Bird
Monster.
watching.
Such a
Well, I
great
got a captain
anime,
kid.
honestly.
Read poetry to Mr. Shuvald? More like friends?
Oh, there's gonna be another accident. What the hell's going on? Okay, no.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
What the hell?
That guy was driving like an idiot.
From what I saw, it looked more like he was trying to run you over. Man, what a creep.
Oh, dude, it's Johan. Or Johan got people
Dr.
everywhere trying to kill him.
Examined all the evidence, and what I found out supports what I told you before. Some of the key murder cases that I wasn't able to solve all point to one killer having just one motive. There's the Voice of God murder case, and the Dornach Company president murder case, the accountant murder case. Look at the three of them. They're all extremely different. The methods in which they were committed, for example. And the victims weren't related to each other. None of them even knew each other. However, I have discovered that all of them shared one common bond.
And what is
There was
that?
a man who connected all the victims.
Oh,
And because they knew him, they were all murdered. Every one of them was killed to further isolate Mr. Shuvald.
Wait,
There's also another
what?
connection in these cases that's rather curious. In the Dornach Company president case, his secretary said there was a certain young man who was supposed to meet with Mr. Gauck right before he was murdered. And in the Voice of God cases, under I have heard the voice of God, this name was scrawled there by the murderer. And then
Don't tell me
there's
he's gonna
the
show
Sparrow
Tenma's
murder
picture.
case. Since both of them drowned, that case seemed to be unrelated to the others. But the name of the killer given by the Japanese doctor who was the only witness in that case was the same. It was the same name in every case.
Johan.
Oh,
In touch
what?
with a former student of mine who's now a renowned criminal psychologist. He interviewed a murderer who claimed he committed his crimes on his friend's orders. In here, he wrote that friend's name. And the name that's in this letter is Johan.
Oh shit, they're
Johan is a
dead.
common name.
They know too
Based on
much.
what you found, it's also possible that all these cases could be related. If by chance your findings are true, this Johan has been systematically murdering people for the past 4 years. I can't help but wonder why this man known as Johan is trying to force Shuvald into complete isolation.
They're dead.
Enough, Margot Langer, the woman who bore Shuvald's son, conveniently died as well.
And there was that young
What?
student who was pretending to be Shuvald's
Johan?
son. He conveniently killed himself as soon as he made his claim. If Johan really does exist, I wonder where he is right now. Perhaps he's
Oh my god, oh, he is close,
What a
dude.
surprise.
That's
So
terrifying.
Johans decided to visit.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He knows too much. Johan knows.
The weather's so beautiful.
Oh my god.
Isn't it, sir?
Oh, nah.
He's right next to Shuvald.
That's so scary, bro. Johan, that's so scary, yo, bro. Johan's just, oh man, that's scary, yo. Like Johan could be right there listening. He knows everything. They know too much, man. Especially the detective, man. Oh my god, yo, this is crazy. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little mini marathon Monster. It's for you guys, you know, because I love y'all. And yeah, so till next time, y'all the best.